Hey guys, it's Zombie Girl Slayer, and I'm coming back at you with another video. Well, another reading. And I hope you guys like. It's an original character, Creepypasta, and her name is BulletBlood. Her original name is Stacy Maria Burton. She's either 16 or 17, I can't remember. She has blonde hair and blue eyes. She's quite tall, and she has an abusive family. So, before I ramble too much on about her, let's get on to the story. Stacy had a bad life. She wasn't normal, but she wished she was. She got bullied at school and abused at home. To top it all off, her boyfriend cheated on her and she broke up with him. It was around this time she started to hate everybody. But then she met a guy named Dean. He was perfect. They were together for 2 years until the bad day. The day of their 2-year anniversary date, Dean was beat up pretty bad, almost until death. Stacy didn't know until she got ready. Already had her dress and stuff on. When she did find out, she ran downstairs to her mom. She ran downstairs. Her mom stopped her and said, "Where do you think you're going?" Stacy was angry at her mom for stopping her, and she yelled, "To see Dean. He's in the hospital, and you can't do anything about it, you drunk slob." That earned her a slap to the face, and her mother screamed at her to go to her room and not come out until tomorrow. Stacy ran up to her room, slammed her door. She put on some pants and a shirt. She snuck out her window and went to the hospital. She stayed with him for 3 days. She then had to go home and change. When she got home, she heard her mom in the kitchen. Stacy went into her room. Then she went into her room. Then she ran into her sister. Her sister pushed her down the stairs. Her mom heard and saw it was Stacy and got angry. She started to hit and kick Stacy. One last blow to the head and Stacy was out. She woke up in the hospital and some random guy in the room, but he seemed familiar. She started to think. "Dad?" she croaked out. He nodded. He wanted to explain, but when Stacy noticed that her mom was not there, she started to become angry. No, enraged. Anger filled her, and it went all up through her body. You could see the red on her face, almost steam blowing out her ears. She felt alone. She went on a rampage. She finally went insane. Like something finally clicked in her brain, and it was gone. There was no more Stacy, only left of an insane killer. Stacy woke up in a hospital because of her mom, and her mom is the cause of every pain that she's ever had in her life. And if it wasn't her mom, it was her sister. She couldn't hurt her dad, though. Even though her dad loved her, she never knew the full reason why. When she got out of the hospital, she went home. When she got home, she saw her mom and sister were asleep. Well, her mom was passed out drunk. Like always. "She's nothing but a drunk slob," she said under her breath. She first went into the kitchen and into the cabinet and got the gun and went to her sister's room. Bang! The gun went off. Blood went all over her face. And a smile creeped across her face. She started enraging in laughter. Still not enough to wake up her mom from the drunk, passed out slobness. She wrote a message on the wall. It said it had to happen. Right on the wall, on her beautifully pink wall, was red. A vivid red. Such a beautiful color. She couldn't help but love the color of red. It was beautiful, and it made her happy inside to see blood draining from her sister. Then she went to her mom's room. 3 shots went off. There was one in the head, one in the heart, and one in the neck. As she drained the blood from her, she grew a wider smile. She couldn't help but laugh. Laugh with an insane laugh only a mad person could. Oh, looky there, Mother. You only had one chance. You weren't awake for it to fight off me. For once you're not hurting me, I'm hurting you. She slowly got up. She slowly walked over to her mother's dead corpse, took some of the blood, and wrote, "It had to happen," on the vivid blood red. She heard sirens, and she couldn't help but run. She knew she'd get to the mental institution if they found her laughing herself. But if they knew what they have put her through, I think that would have been justice. Maybe it's not. So she ran to the railroads. She sat there for a while. And she heard something in the woods. She couldn't help but the feeling of being watched. Suddenly, a knife goes by her face. What the hell? She stands up. She sees a pale guy with a carved smile and a thin, tall guy with no face. The guy with the carved smile, she's heard of him before. I think his name was Jeff, she said. She said, "What do you want?" Killers too. I mean, just let me have my peace and let me rot in this place. It's gonna be a while till they find me. Maybe they don't have to, Jeff said. What do you mean by that? I mean, maybe you could hang out with us in the underworld. No one ever gets caught there. The tall, slender guy just sat there and nodded. He had a suit on, which is oddly strange for someone in the woods. Jeff had on a white hoodie and some black dress pants with stitches on them and stuff. Looks like he's been in a fire, but again, she knows what it's from because she's read it on the internet. She thought that they weren't real, that they just made it up. She finally sighed and said, "They're gonna give me the death sentence anyways, there's no point in me even trying." She walks towards him, and they go to the underworld. That was the last anybody heard of Stacy. Breaking news. Killer still on the loose. Killed mother and sister. Stacy, if you're out there, please, please, just come home. I can testify for you, telling them that you were beat every day. They might put you in a mental institution, but I'll still love you, no matter what. A tear rolls down down Stacy's face. There's no Stacy anymore, she says softly. She was lost a long time ago. As she pulls out the gun. As she pulls out the gun from the drawer. She picks up a phone and dials 911. Hello? I would like to report a murder. Yes, and where is this murder taking place? On 1234 Oak Street. And then she hung up.